Oh, I should match the kitty. Look, now we're twins. Today we're going to talk about the importance of cheat meals in fat loss. You may be familiar with cheat meals or cheat days when you tend to binge on foods that are not quite the healthiest for you. So that sentence can get a little bit confusing because how do cheat meals help you lose weight? As it turns out, occasional cheat meals can actually help you lose weight by pushing you past those fat loss plateaus. I know that we've talked about plateaus a lot lately, and I promise this is probably the last one for a little while. Maybe. A lot of the stuff on plateaus lately has been focused on insulin, and today we are not focusing on insulin for once. We're focusing on a different hormone called leptin. So what is leptin? Like insulin is released and produced in the pancreas, leptin is released and produced from your fat tissues or your adipose tissue. It is produced and recognized in other parts of your body, but just to simplify it, today we are focusing on the fat tissue. When you eat a meal, especially a meal high in fats and high sugary foods, your leptin levels will rise. Your sugar and your fat storage increase, and therefore your fat tissues produce and release more leptin into the blood. What leptin does is it goes up to the hypothalamus of the brain and tells you you are full. When you are low on fuel and those glycogen or glucose and those fat storages are low, less leptin is being produced, and this creates that feeling of hunger. So in general, what leptin does is it creates that feeling of fullness or satiety, also promoting food-seeking behavior and telling you you're hungry, as well as the reward value of eating. Leptin also controls energy balance and metabolism. This is because when it's going up to the brain to signal you that you're full, it also signals and plays a part in the control of other hormones and other things that your body is doing in response to you being full. An example of that would be puberty. If you have high leptin levels for a long period of time at that younger age, your body can start to decide whether you have enough fuel available to go through those puberty processes, which take a lot of energy to do. There's lots of other things as well that control that release, the lowering and the raising of leptin levels, like being sleep deprived or exercising at a higher level, or your hormones being out of whack or too high, maybe around that time of month. You get hungry because your body needs fuel to push your body through that. When you are stressed or you have high insulin, that increases your leptin levels. It makes you feel full. When you're stressed, you don't want to eat because your body is under pressure and it doesn't want to focus on finding food. It wants to focus on the fight or flight response. Leptin levels also change through circadian rhythms, and if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like the day and night cycle, your general routine. At night, generally, our leptin levels are increased in order to suppress your appetite while you're sleeping. When you get into a routine of certain times a day that you eat, leptin levels may spike or lower depending on that routine. Leptin is a pro-survival hormone. What that means is if you decrease your caloric intake or you're fasting, leptin levels will shoot right down. It promotes those food cravings and that food-seeking behavior because you are not eating enough calories. Lower levels of leptin also lower your metabolism in order to preserve those food and energy stores that you're consuming. The production and the amount of leptin available in your body is also dependent on the size and number of body fat cells. Less body fat percentage, less leptin, more hunger, more cravings. But if this is true, then why do people with high body fat percentage, people who are obese, what have you, why aren't they always full? They have loads of leptin, so why do they still have that constant hunger? The reason for that is leptin resistance. Since they have had such high levels of leptin for such a long period of time, the cells have become resistant to their effects. So you're trying to lose fat. Over time, your body gets used to that routine, it lowers your metabolism, lowers your hormones, and that's how you reach a fat plateau. As I've mentioned countless times before, the way to get past a plateau is to change your routine or shock your system. Cheat meals or cheat days periodically through the week, maybe once or twice is probably enough, spikes leptin levels up, so your body does not get accustomed to that low metabolism and those low level of hormones. The more extreme your dieting or the more intense your fitness or exercise routine is, the more you may have to spike those leptin levels in order to stop your body to continue falling back down to that low metabolism and low hormone level. Even though exercise does increase your metabolism, don't increase the exercise you're doing on a cheat day in order to compensate for the fact that you're cheating. It completely defeats the purpose of raising your leptin levels, because when you exercise, you're burning those calories and therefore your leptin levels will drop right back down. I hope this helps you out on your fat loss journey, learning a little bit more about cheat meals, why they're so popular, how they actually help you. If you have any suggestions, comments, concerns, questions, anything like that, feel free to put them down in the comments section below or send me a message on any of my social media, which is, as always, linked down in the description below. Feel free to click that little red subscribe button somewhere down there if you would like to tag along with what I'm doing. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. Yeah. By pushing you past flat, you need fuel to help yourself. Fat loss plateaus.